Calling the world from isolation. 'Cause right now that's the ball where we betray. And if you're coming back to find me, you better have good aim. Shoot it true. I need you in the pictures while I'm calling you. Lonely train the left hand. Present myself and get control. I don't want this isolation. See the state of me now. Calling the hunter with the rifle. 'Cause right now that's the ball where we be chained. Shoot it true. I want you in the pictures while I'm calling you. Lonely train the left hand. Present myself and get control. I don't want this isolation. See the state of me now. If I pick it up when I know that it's broken, do I put it back? Or do I hit her to the nose and trap and let you go? I'm a lonely train the left hand. I don't want this isolation. See the state of me now.
I don't want this isolation.
Passing through your head. When you get back on but you never know what's real. So you have to be prepared. You have to be ready. You have to be ready. Cause she can be a bitch. And it's a wonderful thing. Hollywood. She's so seductive. She's got me looking for that dream. I bow down. She knows how to do it exactly the way I like it.
Hollywood is alright. Hollywood is fragrant. Jealousy is gonna fly. It makes you feel the vibe.
She's a wonderful thing.
Jealousy is no time.
And she'll be gone.
Thinking on the web. There's more to love than that. Jealousy is fertile. Jealousy is fertile.
Man, I came through with a big fat chain on my neck. Little did they know, no sweat, so I dimmed out, rimmed out, and cracked the glass. 25 pounds, can you match that back? Cause if not, raise up, I got a deal to make. And a couple bad bitches I've been making the break, waking to bake. I put the cake on the plate, jealousy in me, or we making it dead. I'm a vibe of this, Hollywood nigga, I'ma survive this shit. I do that, did that, throw your fucking wig back. Gorilla, gorilla, who loves going here? They wanna eye me down, tie me down, knock me off, but I'm a lion in the dog pound. Now how that sound?
Hollywood is alright. Hollywood is fragrant. Jealousy is gonna fly. It makes you feel the vibe.
She's a wonderful thing.
Jealousy is no time. Sinking in the web. There's more to love than that. Jealousy is fertile. Jealousy is fertile.
You're just what I need. And it's a wonderful thing. In the city of dreams. And it's a wonderful thing. You know how to rock me. And it's a wonderful thing. You know how to excite me. She's a wonderful thing.
Oh yeah. Yo. Tell me why she look like a young Sade. Lou. How do I start it? Just gotta draw your sketch on there. And then you, once you get your sketch, you outline it in black. And then you tone your canvas. The same way I do it all the time. I gotta get some blue paint real quick.
I'm not gonna cry. I've got more time to give. I'm not gonna cry. Find another dream. I'm incapable of healing the memory of my fall from grace in your heart. I'm on my journey home when I feel alone. I think I'll close your wall.
I've only did one painting from life. Oh damn. I only did one painting from life when somebody's actually sitting right in front of me. And of course they weren't nude, but I've taken several nude pictures myself. Like well, I have some of the paintings. Some of my nude paintings, I took the pictures myself. I have another nude photograph that I was gonna work on that I took the picture myself, but I just never used it. But yeah, like it's kind of hard to get some women who are comfortable enough with their bodies. But I've painted several nudes. Why does it keep doing that?
I'm not gonna cry.
hold on to your inner vision, man. You gotta hold on to that inner vision. Damn, iPhone, that motherfucker just jumped. Y'all ain't seen that shit, bro? Yo, when I finish the stream, yo, rewind that shit. Yo, watch how that iPhone, that shit just jumped by itself.
Hey. Shoot it true. I meet you in the pictures while I'm calling you. Lonely twin that left back. Reset myself and get control. I don't want this isolation. See the state of me now. Calling my heart with a rifle. 'Cause right now that's the goal where we begin. Shoot it true. I want you in the pictures while I'm calling you. Lonely twin that left back. Reset myself and get control. I don't want this isolation. See the state of me now.
I didn't know they did a video for that song with Jack Black in that shit, yo.
What's up, people? Today we're doing a totally different video. As you have seen from the title, which is probably the reason why I clicked on this video, today I'm actually going to try some edible marijuana.
Oh shit. Go ahead, dude, for the first time.
I know. So what I have right here is these 3 little pieces of edible marijuanas, soul candles, candies. Damn, I'm already high. So these, I don't know if you can see clear enough there. So these are 40 milligrams per serving, and the serving size is 1 piece. So I have no idea how much 40 milligrams of cannabis extract is. I have no idea how my body will respond. That's why I wanted to get this on film, just to something for fun. So I have been exposed to a lot of different stimulants. Caffeine is the most common one, and then other types of stimulants in all kinds of different pre-workouts. For example, what is that one? Amphetamine, blah blah blah. See, I don't remember what it's exactly called. Anyways, I have these 3 little pieces right here. I'm gonna take one right now. I slightly recall someone telling me that these take about 45 minutes to actually get the feeling. So I'm gonna take this, do all my whatever stuff, errands that I have to do, and then just sit here and see what actually happens. Alright, here it is, guys. I'm just a little bit a little bit nervous because I've never done anything like this before.
Don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
Okay. Here's the brand. If by any chance you guys want to check it out, it's actually this is their Instagram handle and their email. Alright, let's see. Red, yellow, and orange. I say we go with the orange just to match my shirt. Smells nothing different to normal candies. Alright, here we go.
Don't do it, bro.
Actual edible cannabis or marijuana.
Yo, all these videos when people try weed for the first time, yo, these shit be bugging me out, yo. What does it taste like, dude? It's one piece of candy. He's still chewing that shit.
Tastes normal. Has a slight hint of something else in there. I don't taste nothing too much, nothing too crazy yet. And I also actually need to take my last scoop of protein today, my casein protein right here, the Muscle Tech cookies and cream flavor. I also heard that when you take stuff like this, you would
Come on, internet. Come on, YouTube. Buffer, you bitch. Buffer. Motherfucker. Said buffer, bitch.
want to eat a lot, since I don't have the kind of privilege of eating a lot whenever I want to. Unfortunately, I have to force myself not to eat, even if I feel like in a great appetite after the marijuana thing. So I'm just gonna mix my casein protein powder right here. And by the way, this is literally the best tasting protein powder I've ever tried in my life. And trust me, I've tried a lot of different brands, different flavors, and different brands. I don't know if this is a mental suggestion, but I can feel like my face is heating up a little bit for some reason. And yeah, I also need to take my HMB for a cutting. I'm gonna do that with my protein powder right here. If anything happens to me after taking marijuana, I hope that I don't see my roommates, my housemates, whatever. Here we go. 10 out of 10. Tastes so good. Here's the HMB. This is not drugs, okay? This is just a regular cutting BCAA thing.
What the fuck?
Alright. So there goes the edible marijuana. And now let's just sit and wait. In the meantime, though, I don't know if you guys can tell, got this big ass scratch on the forehead right here from playing back. Just so it's.
This dude don't even get high off that shit.
And then I went in the main room, and I just died. I had to follow Dalia. I just died. A slow death. I was trying new stuff. I wasn't going nowhere. I wanted to talk about Trump, and I just died. So Friday I went to the store, and I swear to God, guys, I didn't eat nothing all day. I had smoked some pot. I worked out. I went to the Y. I did chest, and the other thing, I smoked dope. Before I left the house, there was a little brownie, a 70-milligram brownie. I had like maybe 13 carbs left for the day. I was fucking starving. This little brownie is right there. It was a half a pack of an Anarchy edible. They give you 2 brownies.
Oh.
Each brownie is 70 milligrams.
That's so crazy. That's so scary.
I rub my balls with 70 milligrams. You understand me? 70 milligrams for Uncle Joey is like an appetite. It's like an aperitif. It's not even a fucking
Explain to
appetizer.
the rest of the world, 70 milligrams will put you into a fucking hole.
Do you know I gave Lee 500 last night? He we split a
Jesus
we
Christ.
split
Did you say 500
we
milligrams?
split
Oh my
split
God.
1,000 milligram edible.
Did you hear that Alice in Chains song, Down in a Hole?
Oh my God, listen to me, Doug. We split it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh my God, what are you trying to prove?
By 7 o'clock, I was so fucked up. By 8 o'clock, and you know, usually when you eat, you tame the animal.
Yeah.
Fuck no. This turned on me. This edible turned on me, dog, like a savage. He beat me into submissions. At one point, I had the cheese doodles that belongs to the baby pirate's booty.
Yeah.
They were on the floor. They were just coming out of my face. I was just stuffing pirate's booty in my face and a pear. And there was a bunch of fruit and pirate's booty. I couldn't stop. I kept eating peaches and pirate's booty, pears and pirate's booty, cantaloupe and pirate's booty. I must ate the whole. Even my wife was like, because I had my back turned to them so they couldn't see me. My wife's like, what the fuck are you doing in here? I go, listen, I gotta go to bed. She goes, go to bed already. I went to bed at 8:45. I slept till 4. I got up, I didn't know where I was. I just lay there for 30 minutes like Mad Max. I just laid there all confused.
So you woke up at 4 in the morning, you didn't know where you were?
Solo at 4:30. I woke up with a ton of energy. I went in the shower. I washed the car. I went for breakfast. I went to wash the car. My wife had the tar stains.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. I was fucked up, and I kept calling Lee and saying, Lee, if the cops call you, don't answer the phone. He goes, why are the cops gonna call me? I go, I don't know, but don't answer.
That is so funny.
And you just had it happen to you again, though. You ate too much at the comedy
But
store.
last night, no. Last night I didn't have anxiety. Guys, this is what I'm saying to you. 70 milligrams ain't dick in my world, okay? So I eat the 70 milligrams. I go down Laurel Canyon. I hook the right. I go to the comedy store. I pull up. No drama. I get in. Joe's upstairs. I don't even go upstairs because I know the room is packed. I can't go upstairs. So I'm alone at the comedy store. I go into the original room. It's packed. I walk around a little bit. I go into the VIP patio and I just sit there. Some dudes are listening to music. Some black dude was smoking a joint. I mind my business. I look straight ahead. I'm picking up what more material I'm going to say, how I bombed. It's just whipping me now, right? And I'm starting to get scared. I'm like, I really don't want to go on stage. Jeff comes over to me and he goes, Joey, go on stage. I walk over. As I walk up the stairs, it's a sold-out room. Megan Mooney.
Morgan Murphy.
Morgan Murphy's up on stage. fucking,
Megan Mooney.
I don't know what her fucking name is.
Megan Mooney, that's her new name.
She had a hat on and she was
I'm
killing.
texting her right now.
She was fucking killing, right? She's killing Megan Murphy, whatever her fucking name is.
Morgan Murphy.
She brought the dog up. She was freaking me out. And then she's killing on stage. I walk up to the first landing, guys, and it hits me. It's like, oh my God, I'm getting an anxiety attack. On 70 milligrams? Not. This can't be happening to me. This ain't happening. And all of a sudden, I'm standing there, and it's getting worse, guys. It's getting worse. Now, there's one seat open at the whole comedy store, and it's Mitzi's chair. So I sit in there for about a minute. She's got the blue light on. The pressure's on. I got water in my hand. I get back up, and it's getting worse, guys. I turn around. I look down to where the payphone used to be. And now I'm getting the anxiety I get when I'm getting the needle, which means I'm going down. So I gotta look for daylight or air. I know this. I gotta look for air. But I know if I go down those stairs, if she calls my name and I come back up those stairs, I'm really gonna have an anxiety attack. So I go to the corner and I just start looking at the wall and I start breathing through my nose. And some guy comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, Joey, how you doing, man? What's going on?" I go, "Nothing." And I keep looking at the wall. He gets the hint to walk away. Then some other guy pops out and he's like, "Hey, Joey, I'm friends with such and such." He goes, "Do you know where he is?" "I don't give a fuck. Don't you see me staring at a fucking wall? Get the fuck out of here." Jeff comes up to me and I go, "Jeff, hold on 1 second, Jeff. I'm going to faint. I got a really bad anxiety attack. I'm going down here. Tell Paulie to go on stage." And Jeff also wants to ask me questions. He's like, do you know if Paulie's going to go up on stage? I don't give a fuck. He's the closest person to the fucking stage. She's about to call my name. And all of a sudden he goes, "Well, let me go ask him." "Yeah, fucking go ask him. The fuck? I'm about to fucking faint. And now you're going to do this to me?" So he walks over to Paulie and he starts asking Paulie. And Paulie's like, and now they're getting into like a conversation about it. Instead of Paulie going, "Oh, he's getting an anxiety attack. Let me go up there." I'm watching this go down. I get so angered. I go, "Fuck it, guys. I'm going to go."
What did Paulie say?
Who the fuck knows what he said? Instead of going, just go. If I call you, go, "Red Band, go up. Red Band, go up. Go up, Red Band. I got anxiety." You go, "Okay, Joey, and I'll worry about you later." "You okay?" "Yeah." Just go. No, these guys are having a conversation, bureaucracy. I got so fucking angered that I go, "Fuck you guys. I'm going to go up." And I went up there, Joe Rogan, and I had to set up my life off of fear. Fear. I think I caught myself at the 14-minute mark. I was like, oh my, I just yelled.
Did you record it?
No, why would I do something like that? You know I'm a fucking retard. I fucking went up there and destroyed. You know you never hear me talking like this. It was all on fear. And I remember walking out of there, man. I got in that car and Paulie goes, "Man, you should have anxiety attacks more often and shit." I was like, man, I was fucking dying.
Damn. Alright guys, if y'all want to learn how to paint, you got to get a brush and you got to get some paint, right? And then you take your brush, right? And then you dip this part, this called the bristles. It's the part that look like hairs, not the solid part. You can poke yourself in the eye with that. You don't want to do that. Use the soft part that looks like hairs. It's called the bristles. So you take the brush, right, and you dip your brush. And you swish your brush. And you smush your brush in the paint. And then you get a little more paint. And then you smush it around like that, right? And then you take your brush and you put it on the canvas and you smush it around like this. See how easy that is? Then that's it. That's how you paint. You got this goddamn painting, man. It's easy. Pioneer Vortex. Oh, I don't know, man. Dang, dude. I'm hard up when it comes to fucking requests. I don't like a lot of shit. I stay in my lane. I know what I like. And then, when it's some shit I don't like, I don't mind telling motherfuckers I don't like it, but other people seem to mind. Vortex. What?
But you know, if you talk all the time, you'll never hear what anybody else has to say.
What the fuck you know about Alan Watts? Who told you you can use Alan Watts on your mix down?
But you know, if you talk all the time, you'll never hear what anybody else has to say. And therefore all you'll have to talk about is your own conversation. The same is true for people who think all the time. That means, when I use the word think, talking to yourself. Subvocal conversation, the constant chit-chat of symbols and images and talk and words inside your skull. Now, if you do that all the time, you'll find that you've nothing to think about except thinking. And just as you have to stop talking to hear what others have to say, you have to stop thinking to find out what life is about. And the moment you stop thinking, you become into immediate contact with what Korzybski called, so delightfully, the unspeakable world.
Now, I asked my homeboy to do this exact same thing with a Amos Wilson dialogue.
Direct or indirect conditioning procedures. All cultures condition the people that belong to them. All cultures ultimately must have some means of rewarding and punishing behavior. And that's another thing we don't want to face, you know. We want everybody to do right just because it means doing right. And this is what I said earlier when we talk about these conspiracies and the bootleg. You're not going to win this game if you don't have a means of neutralizing people and rewarding people, you see, and controlling people. The reason why, as I've often said, the very first thing that we must do if we are to transform our children is to get control of them. And we must become their primary rewarders and punishers. We must determine the conditions under which they are socialized if we want to create the kinds of people we need to solve our problems. You are not going to solve your problems giving the control of your children over to other people. And yet we sit around here hoping every day, after pushing our children and ourselves into the faces of white folk, into the faces of our enemies, that these people by luck or some means will happen to be the kind of people we need for ourselves. The very point and process of education is to create the people you need for your benefit. And if a culture is going to educate your children, it then will educate them to benefit whom? Itself, not you. Not you. You must bring your children under your own control, and you must be in control of the conditioning process. This is what it's about. If you don't have control of that, then really you're not going to have control of the children. Because identification with a culture, becoming cultured or enculturated, is the result of a culture approving and disapproving, of rewarding and not rewarding, and of sometimes even punishing, to ultimately shape the individual in a way that it benefits the culture and ultimately the individual, him or herself. And this is what identity is about. It's about the patterning of thoughts, feelings, and actions after other persons who serve as models. You even learn to love. You know, we think that love is something natural, just flows out of us automatically. And yet we have a number of cultures who did not base marriage and these other things, as I've told you before, on romantic love. Even romantic love is taught and learned. Yeah. People are taught how to feel. And we do it all the time. You shouldn't feel that way. You should feel ashamed of yourself for thinking this way, for behaving this way. And we're so unconscious, we don't even recognize it, you see. But we are doing what? We are dictating what? Feelings, thoughts, emotions. What is love? The kids hear it all day long in their records, right?
The chill run up my spine. I can't get him out of my mind. I can't eat. I can't sleep. I can't. But all this is what? Defining what? This is the way you feel if you're in what? If you're in love. You see? And when you got that feeling, then you can do some other things. And you can, make all kind of commitments based on that. But many cultures have built marriage and family and other things on different modes of thinking and behavior other than that. And when you study the history of romantic love, when this type of love approach and this type of approach for building families and so forth first started coming up, there were many people who thought it was just a sign of madness, of sickness, of a precarious basis upon which to build family and culture, you see. But what we're trying to illustrate here is that culture, to a good extent through its conditioning process and other processes, through providing models, helps people to pattern their ways of thinking and feeling and behaving, and pattern attitudes. Both the conditioning procedures and contingencies and the models are provided by culture. And of course we recognize that that's one.
Yeah, that makes it pretty tight though.
It is no wonder that the European seeks to control the very living physical circumstances under which African people must exist. That these very physical circumstances themselves help to shape and mold and influence the operation of the African mind. I often tell my students that we not only live under certain conditions, but the conditions we live under live in us. We not
What a stunning variety of 6 meals in mint condition. Look at this new KFC.
Here today.
Thank you. How are you? How's it going? Still got some life in you? Awesome. I can't wait for these elections to be over. It's like enough already. Just fucking pick somebody. How many more goddamn debates are gonna be, right? 1,000 points of light, health insurance trickling down, everybody gets applesauce. Doesn't matter. I want to find an honest guy. You know what I mean? Some guy's just gonna get on TV and be like, look, in order for this whole thing to work, at least 2/3 of you need to just go to the beach and walk into the ocean. There's only so much chicken and fresh water left. If you're not in that upper third, just be honest with yourselves. They should have auditions. Whatever you do, you got to audition to still be here. Right? You're a plumber, fix that sink better than 70% of the other fuckers. And that's it. Put some wrenches in your pocket, go to the beach, and out you go. Yeah, straight across the board. Dentists, comedians, I'd do it. I'd stand in a line with a bunch of clowns, right? Tumblers and shit. wouldn't make it. I wouldn't. No, I take comfort in knowing that. There's no way I'm making it. I'm useless. I am. I'm 44. I'm not married. I don't have any kids. Why am I still here? Just another person taking up space, walking into a Starbucks. Oh, Sheryl Crow CD.
Hurts you.
Why am I here? I have a horrible science background. Do you know cruise ships blow my mind? Blow my mind. I don't get how something that big and metal can float. I don't get it. Makes no sense. And there's always some nerd there to try to explain it. Well, the area times the mass. Oh, fuck you with your magic. I don't get it. It's got a smokestack. It's got an anchor. Right? Dude, explain the pool. How can you have a pool on a boat? You dug a hole in the boat, filled it with water, you got fat people going in it. That's game, set, and match. Speaking of nerds, when is the nerd epidemic just gonna end? Like, when is the nerd bubble just gonna burst? They're fucking everywhere. Every show, they got some guy with black frame glasses. Oh, I'm kind of awkward. I don't know how to talk to the opposite sex. Like, this is supposed to, like, inspire me? You know, when I was a kid, nerds had shame. They had shame. They had horrible days at school. They were stuffed in lockers, left there overnight reading whatever they could find. Then in the mornings, janitor let them out, and then they got the shit kicked out of them for wearing the same stuff 2 days in a row. Now they're walking around all proud, double pocket protectors, black socks yanked up. This is what happens when you get rid of bullying. It is. When you get rid of a species' natural predator, it just grows exponentially.
That's fucking crazy. That's crazy.
Actually, Nerd Jesus died in the last year, right? Steve Jobs. Yeah, he died, right? I know. A lot of nerds here tonight. I know, you're sad. I didn't get it. I didn't get the big deal they made about that guy. When he died, they were like, he changed the world. That's what I'm saying. He changed the world. The world was one way, and then Steve Jobs came, and it was another. What did he do? Somebody, for the love of God, what the fuck did that guy do? What did he do? He told other people what to invent? I want my entire music collection in that phone. Get on it! Right? And then these poor, nameless, faceless scientists gotta go in a back room and figure it out. How the fuck are we gonna get all of this into this? I mean, what year does this guy think this is? This is crazy. This is like Buck Rogers. Dude, my kid has a birthday in like 11 months. Steve Jobs just walking by. I don't hear any thinking going on in there. Just strutting around the office, eating some pretentious fruit like a pear. Right? Just throwing out ideas. There's no one. I just came up with on the way to work. I was reading a magazine the other day, turning pages, you know. I like to turn pages on a screen that aren't even there. Yeah, wrap your fucking heads around that, guys. See you in 8 years.
Yeah, why is
Where
my
you going,
phone so
Michael?
fucking-
Big, little, get on it. Right? And all these people slave away to make his vision come true. And then they have the big nerd fest, right? Down there, Comic-Con, and all their nerd mecca. They're all showing up with their acne and their Hulk shirts, limping into the arena, right? Does Steve Jobs go out with a whole chorus line of scientists? No, he goes out there by himself. Sneakers and no belt, like it was no biggie, right? like he's Tesla. Tapping into the atmosphere. I know, this is always uncomfortable. I know, you bought into it, right? That whole advertising, the way they aligned themselves with some of the greatest people of all time. Jesus, Gandhi, me. Remember that? Muhammad Ali, John Lennon, this guy. How the fuck was that dude like any of them? Gandhi didn't have a sweatshop. Nah, he didn't have people leaping to their deaths only to catch a net and get ricocheted back through the window to have to put together yet another iPad. John Lennon didn't have children in his basement pressing those fucking albums. I know. New phone can't fit the old charger. This is your hero? This is the guy? This is what all the silence is about? New phone can't fit the old charger, so then you gotta throw it out, ends up in the ocean around some octopus's neck. Do you realize how much sea life is ecstatic that that man is no longer walking the earth? That's where it all ends up, you know. Doesn't go to landfill, ends up in the ocean. You realize that? I hate people who say I don't pollute. I don't pollute. Yeah, you do. You use shit, you throw it out. Well, you think that you put it in like a basket, it just poof, disappears? Everything you ever used is somewhere. You ever think about that? Remember that flannel shirt you bought back in the day when you got into Pearl Jam? That's out there somewhere. Probably on some porpoise's face, trying to get it off. Stupid little flippers. All the fads. Remember rollerblading? Remember that? Everybody had them. We set up cones, we did little tricks, right? One little homophobic joke killed that entire fad. What's the hardest thing about rollerblading? They're telling your parents you're gay. Full-grown adults, dude, I'm not gay. I don't have the cooties. These mean I suck dick. And they just threw them out. They end up in the ocean. They're made out of plastic. They can't biodegrade. They just break down to little cubes. Fish are breathing them in. 6 months later, you're going out, you're getting sushi. You think you're being healthy. You're eating your own rollerblades. All right, I'm out of time. You guys are great. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I'm afraid to get married, man. Why man wouldn't be afraid to get married at this point? You know, look at Kobe. Look at the shit he's going through right now. Right? Guy's getting a divorce. His wife's gonna get $70 million. Never hit a layup in her life. You know, can anybody explain these divorce settlements? Can anybody make sense of these fucking things? Tiger Woods' wife, $250 million. She's a babysitter worth $250 million fucking dollars. Somebody, go ahead. Somebody, explain, justify it. Justify it. What, he cheated on her? I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. He cheated on her. Right, the relationship's over right then. Kobe cheated, right? Shouldn't that relationship been over right then? Why did she hang around like some jaded cop for 3 years trying to get her fucking pension? Right? Get that 10 years in? I don't know, maybe that's too harsh. This shit bothers me, man. Dude, there is an epidemic of gold-digging whores in this country. And every night I put on the news, and I'm waiting for someone to address it. Every night, never see it, you know? And every night I bring up gold-digging whores, and the whole crowd pulls back like I'm up here talking about Bigfoot, right? Like I'm saying the moon's made out of cheese or something. Talking about whores, people! They're everywhere! How many? How many more great men are going to get chopped in half before we do something? Why is it so quiet in here? God damn, I don't get it. What is it? Is it women? Do you think I'm calling you? I'm not calling any woman here a whore, okay? So don't pull back. That's not fair, okay? If you brought up wife beaters, I would like pull back. I get it. There's guys hitting women, they need to be stopped. We gotta understand that gold-digging whores are the wife beaters for men. Yeah, they are. Except we don't have that Rihanna lumped up photo in the end, so it's not obvious. It's in the eyes. It's in the lines in your face. It's in Mel Gibson's high-pitched voice on the answering machine. I had to give up my Laker tickets, right? That is the sound of a man being taken for everything he's got. I gotta tell you, I'm envious of women, okay? I'm not saying your problems get solved, but at least they take it seriously. You know? You got 1-800 numbers, you got ribbons, there's groups. People give a shit. Anything happens to a guy, it's just considered funny. Some woman cut her husband's dick off, threw it in the garbage disposal, turned it on. People thought it was hilarious. They were, hey, Stumpy! Nobody cares. Do you think if a guy removed a woman's titty and threw it in the dryer, anybody would be joking about it the next day? The entire country would grind to a halt. There'd be a moment of silence. The NFL would have some special colored headband everybody had to wear for an entire month. The most effeminate color they could possibly come up with. All my heroes are going down. Arnold Schwarzenegger, another great man. Another great man. Taken down by that gold-digging whore of a maid he's got. And I'm not saying he's not a piece of shit for doing what he did. It was a piece of shit move. But how come only he got chastised? What about the maid? Why was she called the maid that entire story? She was never called a whore, ever. Just boggled my mind. She knew his wife, first name basis, played with their kids, fucked her husband in their own goddamn bed. That's right down the checklist. First ballot Hall of Fame whore. Right there. Never. Why do you think she hooked up with him? Because of that 1987 flat top he's still rocking? The giant space between his teeth I could put this mic cord through? Or do you think maybe it's all that kindergarten cop money laying around the goddamn bedroom? No, it's awful. It's a horrific thing to see as a guy, watching guys go through that shit, you know? And then there's no sort of examination of it. They just go, he's an idiot. He's stupid. That guy's stupid. If that guy's stupid, what the fuck am I, right? Does it even make sense? Why would you do that? Why would you accomplish all that and then fuck it up? Hooking up with one of the ugliest human beings I've ever seen in my life. Not saying I'm a prize, I'm just saying, you know? It's got to be something beyond that, right? You know what I think it is? I think it comes down to the way he talks. You know? That dude should be unloading trucks in Transylvania. That should have been the height of his success. But because he's a great man, he had the balls to move to America. Became famous for lifting weights. I lift weights, nobody gives a shit. He lifts weights, becomes super famous. Did he rest on his laurels? No. Next challenge. I'm going to become an actor despite the fact that nobody can really understand me. Against all odds, he starts making movies. Get down! There's a bomb! Get out of there! Becomes one of the biggest blockbuster stars of all time. What are you going to do next, Arnie? I think I'll marry a Kennedy. There's no fucking way you can do that. Bam! He does it! Cherry on top, I'm running for governor of a state I can't even pronounce, and he wins the election. Why wouldn't this guy think he couldn't bang his maid in his own bed and get away with it? This dude has been in the zone for over 4 decades. 4 decades, nothing but net. Bang a maid in my own bed? Dude, that's a layup. Are you serious? I had a hit movie with a midget. I don't even need a condom. Right? And then what happens? The smoke clears. Then all these trolls come out of the woodwork and start judging this great man. All these fatties, these fucking old guys who never got any with their jowls, coming on TV, absolutely reprehensible behavior. What kind of a public servant? His legacy is shrouded. Like they have any idea what it's like to be tempted at that level, right? Like they have groupies as they waddle out to their Mercury Tracer, parked on the other side of a dumpster. Really? You're beating them off? This guy, he's not a great man anymore? Terminator doesn't count? Is that what the fuck you're telling me? Because he fucked Alice? Really? He's still not a great man because he did that. Then that's the whole thing's over? Anybody here think they could move to Austria, learn the language, become famous for working out, then be a movie star, then marry into their royalty and hold public office? How many lifetimes would you need? I'm on my 3rd attempt at Rosetta Stone Spanish. How can I judge these guys? I can barely handle the temptations of Facebook. I'm going to judge Tiger Woods? I golf. I don't walk off the 18th hole and there's a busload of Scandinavian women waiting to fuck my brains out. Sorry, ladies, gotta go home to the wife, right? No, it kills me. And there's no help out there for guys. There isn't. There's nothing out there to help you handle becoming rich and famous. There's nothing to prepare you for that platoon of whores that's gonna form on the horizon, right? Like Braveheart, faces painted, skirts on, will run down the hill, they'll jump on your dick in front of your wife. They don't give a shit. It's not even a handbook out there. I saw one article written about it on the cover of Time magazine. It said, why do so many rich, famous, and powerful men act like absolute pigs, right? And the article was actually written by a woman. That's like me writing a book, The Third Trimester and What to Expect. Ladies, you're gonna feel a pressure. How the hell would I know? You don't want to hear that from me, right? Then why is this woman telling me what it's like to have a dick? That makes no sense. You have no idea what it's like to have a dick. 24/7. Do it, fuck it, do it. That's what it's saying. Do it. Yeah, do it. That's how we survived as a species. Every man in here is programmed to fuck 85% of the women in this room. Right? Yeah, we are. Do it, fuck it, do it, you know? It's just that you won't. That's the only reason why we don't, you know? That's not you keeping your dick in check, you know? Some guy at Home Depot working there, he wants to fuck just as many women as a celebrity, right? But he can't do it because whores don't care about lumber, right? But the second he hits the fucking lottery, all of a sudden, you know that, do it, fucking do it, you know? That wasn't affecting his life. Then all of a sudden these whores show up. I'll do it, I'll suck it, I'll do it, right? No, somebody's got to step up, all right? I'm not even blaming whores, really. Just, guys, we're fucking idiots. What are we doing? Why are we working so hard and then giving it all away to some chick who did 3 shifts at a fucking Hooters, you know? They're fucking bums. Sitting there with fucking Dorito dust in their cleavage, walking around with hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm sick of that shit. That's what the law says. 100 years ago, I could beat you with a fucking mop handle and be like, well, that's what the law says. Doesn't make us right. No, it's unreal. And all this shit's going down, and we're not doing anything. What are we doing? Same old shit. Sitting around watching Shark Week, right? Watching shit about poisonous snakes half a world away, just filling your head up with all this useless information. What to do if you come face to face with a Bengal tiger? Don't look at it, don't look away. Slowly back up as you push your friend forward, right? All this useless information, yet hanging between your legs is this thing that could crumble your entire empire 7 minutes or less. Don't know a fucking thing about it. Even worse, you think it's your friend. Yeah, you know why? Because your dick's like a dreamer. You know? Your dick believes. It's like a motivational speaker. I don't give a shit what question you ask it. It's always like, yeah, absolutely. Sounds like a plan. Exit strategy. Later. We'll be fine. Where's your dick when you get caught, right? Then it's just slumped over like, yeah, that was a good idea. Yeah. You have to know that. Dude, if your dick was a third base coach, it wouldn't hold anybody up. It'd just be fucking waving people around. Everybody, go in standing up. You got it. Oh, shit, here she comes. Slide. All right, you guys were awesome. Thank you so much for coming out. I hope you had as good a time as I did. Thank you. I think I'll be a good dad, though. You know? I do. No, I analyzed it. I've actually finally come to the point. I want to have a kid. And I don't think it's that hard. I don't. Part of me really believes that. The other part is I just like pissing off people with kids. You know? Whenever you say shit like that, oh, dude, you have no idea how difficult it is. This is a great one to say. Well, I mean, I got a dog. I mean, you know. I'm gonna say, dude, you can't even fucking compare it to a dog. Yeah, I can. I just did, and I'll do it again. Mine's got 4 legs. Yours only has 2. Go ahead. Yours bites someone and gets a timeout. Mine gets put down. Stakes are raised. No, I think I know. I think I know how to raise a kid. You know what it is? You just play catch with them. I think that's the big deal, man. That's how you raise a kid. You play catch with them. You just talk about life. You distract them by throwing the ball. They don't even notice. You're filling their heads up with your theories. Right? You don't do it the old school way, the way your parents used to. Sit down across from me. You want to tell me about your day? Did anybody offer you any drugs? You learning about sex? Like, dude, you're fucking freaking me out. I'm trying to eat a Pop-Tart here, right? Hey, just taking them back. You play catch with them. That's it. You talk about life, right? What's that, son? We're not going to church today. Fuck that. It's all a bunch of bullshit. God's everywhere, but I got to go down there to see him? Really? And he's mad at me down there and I owe you money? Go fuck yourself. Why not? Stupid. It's ridiculous. It's in here. All right? It's not down. It's in here. They try to take it. It's in here. You do something good, you feel good. You do something bad, you feel bad. You know? Unless you're like a sociopath and you don't feel shit. You know? Unless you got somebody duct taped upside down in your apartment, you know? And if you do something like that, I want you to feel like you can come to me. You know? Yeah, come to me, confess all of that. We'll go down to the precinct. We'll tell them everything. Yeah, I'm gonna turn you in. This isn't fucking Dexter. What are you, out of your mind? There's some feel-good serial killer walking around. He only kills the bad people. Listen, I know your mother and I, we've been arguing a lot lately, all right? But you know I love her. I love her to death, okay? It's weird. I love her to death, but when I watch her eat toast, I just want to choke her. I don't know what it is. It's the routine, right? Left, then the middle. Just why don't you just fold it in half and fucking eat it? You know what I mean? It's unreal. You know? That's when you know you met the right one. When you want to slap the shit out of him, but you don't. You know? You want to leave, but you don't. There's something about him. You just can't fucking leave. Right? So don't settle down till you meet one like that. That's when you know. Till then, you know, put a condom on, you know, just bang as many as you can so you don't have a midlife crisis. That's what you do. Don't tell your mother I'm telling you any of this shit either. Yeah. That's my game plan. You know, I do have a dog. That doesn't count for anything. Never understood that. You know? I love my dog, but I've learned a lot of being a dog owner now. You know, any dog's a good dog unless you're a psycho. You know, I got a pit bull. It's still a great dog unless you're a fucking psycho. And evidently, I'm a psycho because my dog has just been a complete maniac over the last like 6 months. You know, I didn't realize that dogs feed off your vibes. You know, like if you're chilling, they're chilling. You know, if you're sleeping, they're sleeping. But if you're a psycho like me and you're screaming at the ref on TV being like, dude, you gotta be fucking kidding me! I didn't realize the dog was over in the corner being like, yeah, you gotta be fucking kidding me. This is bullshit. I don't know what this guy's mad at, but I love this guy. This guy feeds me. Is it the door? Are you mad at the door? Yeah, I had no idea I was amping this dog up. I'm so selfishly in my own world. I'd be like on the computer, it would crash, and go, oh, really? Really? Dog's over in the corner, it was like a chew toy. I never noticed like that Game 7 look she was getting on her face. And one day, I amped her up too much, had no clue, and I went outside, we were just walking down the street, and some poor bastard comes the other way, and the dog's like, that's that motherfucker. Lunge at this guy, I had to pull her back, I'm like, dude, I'm sorry, man, I'm sorry. She's never done anything like that, right? Looking down at the dog, what's wrong with you? Dog's looking up at me like, huh? I got that son of a bitch, didn't I? I love you, you feed me, I got you. How the hell did you see him that far away, man? Your ears must be better than mine, it's unbelievable. Right? Then I got nervous. I got nervous around my own dog. I started thinking, fuck, are pit bulls really like this? Do they just go psycho? Man, this is nuts, right? That's another bad vibe to have around your dog, because they pick up on that vibe, right? This dude comes walking down the street, and I immediately just start thinking like, oh shit, she gonna do it again? Oh shit, oh shit. Dog just looks at me like, oh shit, what? Oh shit, what? Him? Ah! Looks at another guy, pull him back. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry. Looking down at the dog. Dog's trying to chest bump me and shit, right? Dude, it got so bad one day, she almost ate a landscaper, right? Yeah, so I'm like, I gotta take this thing to a trainer, man. So I load it up in the Prius, and I drive over there, right? Yeah, I have a Prius. Go ahead, judge me. I love that shit. If you have a Prius, people, you know, you can't win. You got a truck with a big lift kit, people, oh, it's probably because he has a little dick. Right? How come it's not because he has a dick down to the floor? Maybe that's why he needs all that clearance, right? You know? If that means you have a little dick, then if I have a Prius, doesn't that mean I have a huge dick, right? Because according to my friends, it means I'm a fag, right? Anyways. Let me towel off here for a moment. So I fucking take this dog down to this trainer, right? And I show up, got the dog in the back. The trainer comes out, he's got his hat on backwards, he's got stubble, you know, big, large cargo pants, you know, all shorts on and stuff. And I'm thinking, this guy's a psycho, right? And I look at my dog's like sizing him up. I'm like, this is perfect, he can handle him. So the guy goes, all right, when you hand this dog to me, make sure you got the leash totally taut like that, all right? Don't have any slack in it. I said, no problem, right? And somehow I fucked up, I left a little slack in it, and this dog just lunged right at the dude's balls, right? And just barely missed him, and just got a big mouthful of his big cargo shorts, right? And immediately he just grabs it and goes, all right, get out of here, right? But instinctually, I tried to help out, and he just goes, get the fuck out of here! Yeah, I didn't realize that the only reason why the dog was acting like that was because I was there, and it felt like it needed to protect me. So the second I left, the situation immediately just became awkward, right? The dog was just sitting there like, okay, like, I thought we were, like, together, and we were, like, friends, and you were some bad guy, and all of a sudden you just drove away, and I don't know how to feed myself. You want to be friends? Yeah, I come back 4 days later, the dog's laying at the guy's feet, right? He's rubbing her belly, she's reaching up, playing with his goatee and shit. And he goes, go ahead, have a seat. Why don't you take me through your day with this dog? Immediately I started getting like this First 48 vibe, right? Like they're coming at me. So I got like defensive. I'm like, what do you mean? I take it for a hike every morning. He goes, that's good, that's good. Anything, you know, special happen on the hike? I'm like, well, you know, I don't know, she takes a shit. I pick it up. He's like, all right, easy. You play any games with her? I go, yeah, at the end of the hike. I let her, you know, for reward for going on the hike, I let her run up the stairs by herself. I go, one, Cleo. I let her run up the stairs, and I count 5, 1,000, and then I run up there, and then we start wrestling. Put her in a headlock, sweep her front legs, right? But her tail's wagging, you know? She's not growling. I go, that's a good thing, right? He's like, no, it's fucking horrible. I'm like, why? He goes, you just taught your dog to claim the house and then fight for it every fucking day after the hike. No wonder this thing's trying to attack the mailman, you know? So then I got upset. I'm like, wait a minute, dude, you're telling me, like, I can't even play with my dog? He's like, no, you can play with it, but you gotta bring that energy back down. The problem is that you keep amping this thing up, getting that Mike Singletary look on his face. Then by the time you walk out, doesn't matter if you're relaxed, mentally the dog is like walking through the tunnel at the Rose Bowl, like, this is what we play for! Somebody hit somebody! Yeah, so I'm actually learning to control my temper because of a fucking pit bull. So, I don't know, my girls.
So check that one out. Check that one out. Why don't you? All right, that's it. Now let me get on to the advice. Like I said, I got to blow through it this week. I apologize. Hey, Bill. So I was going out with this girl. She was real cute and real funny, and we had a lot in common. Oh, dude, this is a fucking weird story here. He goes, we had gone out 4 or 5 times, so I thought I was getting, you know, semi-serious. Then one day she called me and told me we had to cancel a dinner we had planned for later that week. She had a legitimate reason, so I was like, fuck it. Well, just reschedule, no biggie, right? So later in the week, I call her and get her voicemail and leave her a message asking if she was free a certain day to have dinner. She never gets back to me. So I wait a few more days and I call her again. I end up leaving another message. Fucking nothing. Never calls me back. At this point, I wait about a week and call again and leave one more message. Not a goddamn thing. What the fuck? Who does that? Sorry, I got lost there. What the fuck? Who does that? Fucking at least call me. Tell me it's over. Tell me I'm lame. Say you have to wash your hair or your dog ate your love life, but fucking call. I've talked to my parents and friends and they have all consoled me and gave me advice or whatever, but I had needed advice from, I wanted to get some advice from you. Alright. Well, let's be honest. She took the easy way out. You know, she obviously didn't want to see you anymore, obviously. And yeah, she took the fucking easy way out. And who's getting who? Breaking up with somebody is one of the hardest things. The fear of it. You know, I saw this thing on Intervention one time where they were talking about drug addicts. And they say basically spend 20 years avoiding, 10 days of pain, continuing to medicate themselves, because in their head, the pain of going through getting clean is so fucking huge that they'll continue. They'll go through 20 years of fucking hell, and that's what relationships can be like, where people get into relationships and they want to break up with someone, they just don't know how to fucking do it. And they're just thinking, oh my God, I'm going to break this person's heart. They're going to cry. I'm going to feel horrible. And for guys, what if they start screaming and throwing shit and charging me, with assault? Because when they threw a bookcase at me, it bounced off my big forehead and then hit their big toe, So, I know this is going to sound fucked up, but she did you a favor in a weird, she obviously felt that there wasn't the connection to make it long lasting. And I know she took the coward way out, but at least she figured out a way to get out of it before she fucking ripped your heart out of your chest. I mean, I know it probably sucked, but it didn't seem like, you've been going, you said you're going out 4 or 5 times, so I thought it was good. So you went out like 4 or 5 times, dude. I mean, that's some shit. You can get over that at a keg party, couple of fucking plastic 16 ounces, and you grab the fucking closest Hooters looking chick, or whatever, talk a little bit of shit. She did you a favor, man. So I don't know how old you are, but this girl sounds like, you guys sound like you're young. And when you're young, you really don't know how to do it. The best way I found to do it, I mean, we actually should have like a fucking class on that, how to break up with somebody. First of all, you got to psych yourself up mentally to do it. And you just have to be like, all right, we're going to talk at 2, and my life is going to suck from about 2 to possibly 4:30 or 5. And I just have to understand that the next 3 hours of my life is going to suck, It's kind of like if you had to fight a kid after school. You're like, okay, we're fighting around 3. By the time, I remember a buddy of mine used to always get into fights. That's why because I used to be like, dude, how the fuck do you fight like that? And he goes, I just think in an hour, I'm going to be home, I'm going to be in my bed, everything's going to be fine. It's kind of the same way I look at, like, if back in the day when I do a college gig and they just have me standing in a fucking hallway with no microphone, and I'm like, all right, this is going to be absolutely humiliating, but in an hour from now, I'll have my check, and I'll be in my fucking, Buick Skylark, rented from Avis or whatever, and I'll be fucking driving away from here, and it'll just be a funny story. Who gives a shit? So that's kind of what you have to do. And you can't leave there's no daylight. And a great way to start is just to say that you're not happy. I'm not happy. What do you mean? I'm not happy. You're a great person, you can do, all of that type of stuff. I feel horrible, but, it's not working for me, and I have to figure out why.
You get eye-poppingly fast Wi-Fi.
What will happen if you do 100 push-ups a day? Well, in today's video, you're going to find out. So I want to jump on my laptop because I wanted to point to some notes, because before we go into what would happen if you did 100 push-ups a day, it's important that we understand how the body builds strength and muscle. And so I'm pointing to this article. This is in Scientific American, and this is from a professor of physiology, Mark Andrews. And he basically talks about the two main ways that the body builds strength. And there's really only two ways, and that is one, neural adaptation, so your nervous system just getting more efficient at doing the movement and using that muscle contraction. And then the second one is hypertrophy. So this is just essentially increasing the size of the muscle itself. And so those are the two ways that we build strength. And how do we do that? Well, you apply a lot of stress on your body, and then your body heals and it grows stronger. Once you start training, the first 2 to 8 weeks, a lot of your strength gains are going to be just from your nervous system getting more efficient. And then after that, most of the gains after that are going to be due to hypertrophy. So the two most important things for getting these strength gains is one, applying stress, and then number two, resting and allowing adaptation. If those two things do not occur, you're not going to be getting strength gains. So based on that, here's what will happen if you do 100 push-ups a day. It will certainly be better than not doing anything. However, it's just not going to be an effective method for increasing your strength. And here's why. Let's say you're a beginner and you're going to do 100 push-ups a day. Your body on the first day is going to undergo a lot of stress, which is really good. That's what you want. However, since you are doing it every day, you're not going to allow that crucial rest to occur. So after workout, you'll need at least 48 hours of rest. And otherwise, your strength gains are just going to suffer. Now let's say you're advanced and you're going to do 100 push-ups a day. Well, 100 push-ups for an advanced athlete will be way too easy. You're not going to put your body under enough stress to really initiate good strength gains. And plus the fact that you're doing 100 push-ups a day, this just means you're not changing the amount of stress you're applying onto your body. And so this means you're going to plateau very quickly, because your body's going to adapt to those 100 push-ups, and you'll need to add more resistance and make it more challenging for you to get new strength gains. So what are the most effective methods for seeing steady strength gains and steady muscle growth? Well, based on the studies, which I'll put in a link in the description, and our own experience, here's some good rules of thumb. First, as far as training, how many times a week you should train, stick to 1, 2, 3 sessions a week. This gives your body plenty of rest in between. And now when I talk about training, I'm talking about when you put a lot of stress on your body. So if you're doing a conditioning workout where you're doing sets of pull-ups and things like that, and you're putting a lot of stress on your body, that's when you want to have adequate rest. If you're doing basic skills or like jogging and stuff like that, you can do that pretty much every day and be okay. The big thing is just listen to your body. When you feel like you need rest, rest. The next thing is how many reps or how much resistance should you be adding into your workouts, into your exercises. Well, again, based on the studies and our own experience, you want to keep your reps in a lower rep range, so like 5 to 12 reps max. That's where you're going to see the best gains. Let's say the 100 push-ups. If you can do sets of 20 push-ups or so, you need to be adding on more resistance if you want to see effective gains. So you can either do this like we talked about in the previous videos by maybe switching to a one-arm variation. You could put on a weight vest if you wanted to, or like we talked about in the previous video, switching up the contraction and making it more challenging for you. Now when it comes to volume, meaning the number of sets of each exercise you're going to do, this is important too. And according to the studies as well, what we've seen is that you want to be hitting at least 3 to 5 sets. You want to be getting a good volume going on. And usually the lower reps you do, the more sets. So if you're going to do 10 to 12 reps, doing 3 sets is a good number. And if you're doing around 5 reps, doing 5 sets would be a good number. So forget the 100 push-ups a day. Follow those simple guidelines with your workouts, and that's how you're going to see that steady growth. Whether you're a beginner or more advanced, the same principles will apply. Hey, Thomas here. Want to jump on this video real quick. Hope you enjoyed that content from Jonathan. Now, since you made it to the end of the video, it means you're dedicated, you're a loyal subscriber here, and we want to reward you for this. So down below, you're going to see the Primal Push-Up Challenge. This is a free challenge. It's not just doing 100 push-ups a day. This is a push-up challenge
utilizing the protocol Jonathan talked about in this video. So it's going to be one of the most effective push-up challenges for developing your strength and also sculpting your chest here. So you can pick that up down below, join our newsletter, and pick up that push-up challenge absolutely free. So as always, train safe. Make sure to leave a comment, like this video if you enjoyed it, and also don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications. All right, we'll see you in the next video.
I'm gonna take a break for a minute, guys. I might go play some video games, or I might fucking go to bed early. I don't know. I feel sleepy as shit. But if I don't get back in here tonight, I'll be working on this piece in the morning, yo. Peace.